All praises to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, laboring in his truth in all sincerity. James 2:19 NLT. You say you have faith, for you believe that there is one power. Good for you. Even the demons believe this, and they tremble in terror. In 1785, Thomas Jefferson stated, "Indeed, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever, that considering numbers, nature, and natural means only, a revolution of the wheel of fortune, an exchange of situation, is among possible events, that it may become probable by supernatural interference. The Almighty has no attribute which can side with us in such a contest." As a lifelong slave owner, Thomas Jefferson understood, even in all of his hypocrisy as someone who supposedly was conflicted about slavery, he knew that this country would eventually see the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's vengeance. Indeed, I tremble when I reflect God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever. The so-called founding fathers knew who they stole this land from, who they brought over on ships. They knew whose blood they were shedding, whose women they were abusing, whose children they were kidnapping. They knew the atrocities they were committing against the Israelites, the most precious possession of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Zechariah 2:8 and 9. In the NLT. After a period of glory, Yahweh of heaven's armies sent me against the nations who plundered you. For he said, anyone who harms you harms my most precious possession. I will raise my fist to crush them, and their own slaves will plunder them. Then you will know that Yahweh of heaven's armies has sent me. And even knowing this, these Edomites and other nations continue with their belief of manifest destiny, that their expansion across not only the U.S. but the entire Western Hemisphere was justified, a divine mission to bring civilization to those who they felt was inferior. So let's take a look at this picture here. And this is a picture. Let's do it this way. This is a painting by someone by the name of John Gast, which represents manifest destiny, and it's titled American Progress. And right in the center of this picture, they'll call it an angelic-like figure, but it's really a pale-skinned, miserable-looking demon. And the name just happens to be Columbia. It looks like she's carrying a noose, but it's really telegraph lines while she's holding a book in her other arms. Let me zoom in a little like this. This book is actually supposed to represent technology, the blueprint, so to speak. So she's guiding the new colonialists. And they're coming from the East, the enlightened East, and they're traveling into the more darker Western shadows over here. You can see like their vehicles, their horses and carriages, railroad lines, railroad cars and trains. And in the distant East, you can see the ships that they came in on. You actually see one guy here in the front actually holding a rifle. And these settlers or invaders, actually, they're driving the so-called natives along with the buffalo. Even the wolves are running. They're driving them off of their lands. And so this is the manifest destiny pagan god on a painting known as American Progress. So let's look at Jeremiah 51 and 47. Therefore, behold the days. Therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her. So let's fast forward to today, because the Most High's word never comes back void, as pursuant to Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Another one of Babylon's pagan gods is being destroyed, the almighty dollar. The value of the US dollar just dropped approximately 11% in the first half of this year, the biggest decline in more than 50 years, which ended a 15-year bull run cycle. So there is only one Almighty. There can only be one Almighty, and that is Allah Shaja Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So the so-called almighty dollar can only depreciate and eventually crash. Proverbs 11 and 28 in the NLT. Trust in your money and down you go, but the godly flourish like leaves in spring. So the Most High Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is taking this place apart piece by piece, and it's a joyful thing to watch the Most High work. So just to circle back to the beginning, Thomas Jefferson stated, "Indeed, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever." And we'll end it on Deuteronomy 32 and 35. Deuteronomy 32 and 35. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. I pray this was edifying and reaches the ears it's supposed to reach. Shalom.